Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, November 9th through Sunday, November 15th, 2015. You can see I'm doing it in a little bit different format than usual. Sometimes I change it up. And this particular week, there's been a lot going on. I'll even say the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot going on, as I'm sure all of you out there have been feeling. And things are moving faster, and there's a lot more things happening in people's lives. And I'm doing it in this format today, honestly, because I just don't have time to set it up the way I normally do because of everything that I've been working on. A little heads up, too, is I'm working on some new things that I'm going to be presenting very shortly, but that will be something that I'll announce soon, maybe in another video. For this week's weekly reading, we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck, as I normally do. And for the special message card this week, I'm going to be using Doreen Virtue's Archangel Michael Oracle deck. Now, I was ahead of time shuffling the cards, and I did decide to choose the 3 cards ahead of time. I haven't looked at them, but those are already chosen. But as I was shuffling and meditating on the weekly energies, a 4th card, or actually before I even chose the other 3 cards, a card fell out of the deck. So I'm using that as an extra special message card, kind of to wind everything up. And your stones of choice for this week, we'll kind of do that first. The first stone of choice is citrine. Now, citrine is a stone that vibrates to the solar plexus chakra. It's a stone that often is used with prosperity and abundance in financial matters. This vibrates to a sense of willpower and self-confidence within you. So again, that solar plexus golden chakra of energy to increase your sense of will and being able to move forward with things. Your second stone of choice this week, this is rose quartz, and this one is a rose quartz heart. And rose quartz is going to vibrate to the heart chakra, unconditional love and healing of relationship matters, and healing of matters of the heart or emotional matters even within yourself. A lot of times I like to use the rose quartz for unconditional love of self. So if you're dealing with issues of self-worth and loving and respecting yourself, this is a very good stone for that. Your last stone of choice, this is a Herkimer diamond. Let's see if I can show you that a little bit better. The Herkimer diamond, it looks like a huge diamond, and it looks like a piece of clear quartz crystal, but it actually normally comes in this weird kind of shape, if you can see. And the Herkimer diamond comes specifically from, I believe the city is called Herkimer, New York. So here in the United States, in the state of New York, is where the Herkimer diamond is mined from. This is going to vibrate to the crown chakra and your ability to open up to higher guidance, higher perception. It's also a great stone for magnifying your intentions or magnifying the energy. So if there's an intention that you want to put out there to the universe, this would be a great stone to help to expand that energy as you're sending it out. So again, the stones of choice are the citrine, the rose quartz heart, or the Herkimer diamond. So let's go ahead and look at the astrology first for this particular week. Again, this is November 9th through November 15th. I'd also like to remind you that the monthly angel card reading for the month of November is up on my YouTube channel. And you might also want to go back and look at that, or if you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch that video. Now, that monthly video for November this time is in 2 parts. I forgot to add the special message card to the original video, so I actually had to make a part 2 and just do the special message card in that part 2 video. So make sure you watch both parts because they're both important. Also, Spirit wants me to remind you that this month of November has an energy vibration of endings and new beginnings all rolled up into one. And the way that they show me that is from a numerological standpoint. If you look at the month of November, which is the 11th month, and you add it to what the universal year energy is for this year, 2015, which is an 8 universal year energy. You add 8 plus 11, and you actually come up with the number 19. And that double digit 19 is made up of a 1, which is the first number, as we look at our numbers, the single digit numbers, and then a 9, which is the last of the single digit numbers. And that's why the number 19 is often this combination of endings and new beginnings, releasing and letting go and going with the flow, as well as taking action when guided to go in a new direction or start off with a new idea or project or be open to a new opportunity. So a lot going on, as I'm sure you already feel and witness in this month of November. Now this particular week, we have a new moon in Scorpio. The new moon in Scorpio happens at 19 degrees Scorpio. It's on Wednesday, November 11th. This particular new moon lunation is conjuncting or in an aspect to also the planet Mercury in Scorpio, which is a planet of communication and thoughts and ideas and perceptions. And the sign of Scorpio is very intense, it's very deep, it's very feeling oriented in an energetic way, not in necessarily an emotional way. So when I say feeling oriented, I mean your sensing perceptions, your psychic abilities on a feeling and sensing level are going to be very fine-tuned. And that's kind of what this new moon is going to be about, is getting more in touch with subconscious patterns and aspects on a deep spiritual, energetic level. And again, this is a time of new beginnings. So there's going to be a new beginning to these perceptions, a new beginning to these deep spiritual energies, subconscious energies that can help to fuel you as you move forward on your path. And then on Thursday, the 12th, Mars, the planet of action and initiation and energy, is moving out of Virgo and into the sign of Libra. And I feel very good about that. I am a Libra, so I like that Libra energy of harmony and balance and relationships. And as Mars moves into Libra, it is going to be connecting with the North Node in Libra. And the North Node is a destiny point. We talk about the North Node being what we're here to accomplish in this lifetime, or the energy that we're moving towards right now in the present time. And the South Node, which is opposite of the North Node, is energy of the past and what we're moving away from, or what we need to integrate with the future energy that we're coming into. So again, with the North Node at 0 degrees Libra, and very soon it's going to be moving out of Libra and moving into the sign of Virgo, because the nodes actually move backward through the zodiac. But with Mars coming into Libra on Thursday the 12th and connecting with that North Node in Libra, which is a sign of relationships and partnerships, not just of a romantic sense, but it can be business or friends or just one-on-one relationships here. I feel like there's going to be a lot happening with relationships and partnerships in our lives this week. So there's going to be something initiated. It could be an initiation of a new relationship of some sort. It could be the initiation of a new type of energy within an existing relationship. So there's all kinds of things that I think are going to be transpiring as we have Mars now in Libra. Last week we had Venus moving into Libra. So there's things that are happening and changing and hopefully being brought more into a state of balance and harmony, which is also what Libra is about. So be aware of that during this week as well. Now also on Thursday, the moon is in Sagittarius, and it comes up to meet with Saturn, and then is making a challenging aspect to Neptune and Pisces on that day. So I just feel like emotionally it might be a weird kind of a feeling, it might be actually a good time to manifest things if you're working on projects or ideas. But from an emotional standpoint, there might be some confusion too. With the moon squaring Neptune, it can bring in some emotional confusion or things being unclear. Lessons, which is Saturn, since the moon is coming up to meet up with Saturn, there might be lessons regarding your belief systems and your thought processes about life or relationships or yourself that will have to be contended with on that day. And then Friday through Sunday, I kind of jumbled this all together, which I usually go day by day, but Friday through Sunday, the moon is switching signs from Sagittarius into Capricorn, and it's making a lot of connections to a lot of planets over those 3 days. Starting out on Friday, the moon is still in Sagittarius. It's making a challenging aspect to Jupiter. It moves into Capricorn later that day and then makes a challenging aspect to Mars. Then through Saturday, Sunday, the moon is still in Capricorn, making a challenging aspect to Pluto. Actually, first Venus, and then Pluto, and then Uranus. So a lot of things going on, and because the moon moves so fast through the zodiac, it's one of those planets, if you will, even though the moon really technically isn't a planet, it's a light, but we call it a planet for sake of ease. The moon touching off all of these other planets, making connections to all these other planets, mean there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of things going on because the moon moves so fast through the zodiac. So there's going to be changes within your belief systems. There might be some potential judgments being made, some frustration on an emotional level. There's going to be a lot of transformation and redirection, and I feel a lot of this is going to be in regards to relationships as well, because with the moon making aspects with both Venus and Mars in that sign of Libra, the sign of partnerships, I think a lot of this is transformation in regards to relationships and partnerships. Now, it might feel a bit challenging while we're going through it, but remember, ultimately, this is all for the better. So it's allowing us to grow through and evolve through some old mindsets or old energies that need to be released and let go. So whatever it's all about, I feel like it's going to be a good thing ultimately and for the best as we move forward on our paths. So let's take a look at the first card for this weekly reading. Okay, so the Chariot card is the first card that I pulled. And this is Major Arcana number 7 with Archangel Metatron. It says an important advancement, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower and public recognition. Okay, so this card to me, Archangel Metatron is riding this chariot. He's being pulled by a white horse and a black horse in this particular card. So to me, it's often about opposing energies that are coming together so that you can move forward in a very balanced way. The number 7 to me is an internal reflective kind of number. So I'm feeling here as we start out this week that we're doing a lot of internal reflection on our inner belief systems. That's to me what this is about. Going within, meditating, contemplating, reorganizing our thoughts, getting in touch with our inner wisdom, releasing doubts and anxieties, having to have more of a sense of faith and trust as we are getting ready to move forward. The other thing I often feel about the Chariot card is that we're getting ready to move forward. And so we're in this state of, it might have been over the last, few days, the last couple of weeks, to where you've been feeling, okay, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to move towards this new goal or this new plan or this new opportunity. But divine timing has kind of either slowed you down or kind of stopped you, or just, something didn't feel right as far as the movement forward. So this is, again, we're getting ready to move forward. Pretty soon we're going to be making that movement. This can also be movement on a physical level too. So this might indicate some sort of travel that you're contemplating or getting ready to do, or a move in career or business, or a move in location with where you live. That's also possibilities with the Chariot card. So whatever this is about, this is kind of contemplating, what is my next move? Where do I want to go next? And really trusting your inner guidance and the feelings that you're getting as far as where that needs to be, what direction it needs to be in, where you want to go, what you want to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second card and see if we can get more information. Okay, the second card is the Nine of Fire. And the Nine of Fire says, don't give up. Protect that which you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. So I feel like right away that this is saying that we've been working on something for quite a while, maybe working on a new direction, working on a new project, working on a new relationship in some way, or getting ready to allow, or be ready for a new relationship to come in our lives. So when we get to the number 9 in the tarot, we actually have only one more number before the court cards, which is the number 10. So this is saying we're getting to the end of a cycle in something. And this is a fire card, so we're dealing with energy and spiritual energy at that. So we're getting to the end of something, and I feel like, we've been working hard, we've been patient, we've been, trying to heal ourselves in a lot of different ways, and we might be getting a little frustrated or a little tired as we're nearing the end of whatever this cycle of energy might be about for you. And just like this card says, don't give up. You're almost there. You're almost at the end. You're almost where there's going to be a transition here in the energy. So stand strong, stand in your courage, stand in your strength, stand in your spiritual strength. That's what this card says to me, because again, we're getting ready for some sort of movement to happen, with that Chariot card being the first card. And so we want to hang in there just a little longer if there's been something that you're wondering about, or if you should still be working towards it, or if you should change directions. I'm feeling like you should stand strong, stand in your truth, and kind of keep on going, keep on going with whatever it is. Let's take a look at the third card for this week. Okay, the third card is the Eight of Earth. And the Eight of Earth says, skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, and going back to school. Now, I feel like, first of all, the number 8, and this isn't necessarily about this card when you look at the traditional tarot, but to me the number 8 is about empowerment. This particular card, the Eight of Earth, is about learning something new on a practical level, like on an earthly practical level. Reading a book, doing some research, going back to school, taking a class, maybe within your job or career you're needing to learn something new to be able to move forward. Maybe if you're working on a project, or the unfolding of your destiny path in some way, you might need to gain some sort of new skill or learn something that's going to help you move forward that you haven't learned before, or that maybe you need to brush up on, or start from the beginning and get some training on. But to me, this is going to help empower you as you get ready with the Chariot card to make that movement forward, to move forward with your destiny path, your career path, your relationship path, with money and finances, whatever it might be. So this shows an angel reading a book, and got a stack of books next to him as he's sitting in the field. Also, I want to say stay balanced with this, because the number 8, when you turn it on its side, is the infinity symbol. And so we must stay balanced physically as well as spiritually as we're learning these new tasks or new information, as we're educating ourselves in some way, shape, or form, so that it will aid us and help us in a practical way with physical movement forward on our path. Let me see if there's anything else that I get from this card. I feel like the angels are saying that they want you to realize that you have certain gifts, talents, and abilities. And again, these last couple of weeks especially, there's been a frustration level that may have been building up, and us getting self-critical or self-judgmental with ourselves and our path, or things that we've been working on, and wondering if it's right or not. To me, this is saying that your angels and guides, God source energies, want you to know that your skills are true. Your gifts are what's needed by humanity and the planet. So again, going back to that Nine of Fire card, Nine of Wands, don't give up. Stand in your confidence and stand in your strength. Learn something new, gain some more information, educate yourself about something that's going to help you to move forward on the path. Now let's take a look at the special message card that, when I was shuffling, kind of fell out, kind of as an additional message card. Okay, we have another Major Arcana. This is Major Arcana 20. It's called Renewal in this particular deck with Archangel Jeremiah. And it says, review and evaluate. a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. So that's kind of what we've been talking about. This is, again, another card, another major arcana card that's signifying movement on your path, movement forward. But just like that number 7 from the Chariot card that kind of says go inward and kind of connect with your inner source and your guides within, this is sort of the same message, saying evaluate, things that you've been through, things that you're doing. Kind of review and evaluate the situation, and review and evaluate what you've been doing in the past to tweak things, to make, maybe come up with a different idea altogether, but also maybe just tweaking what you're now doing to add something different to it, which is where that education piece with the 8 of Earth comes in. So this is showing a family, a man, a woman, and a child standing at the edge of the water. There's an angel, which is Archangel Jeremiah, out there in the middle of the water, kind of holding a torch of light. And as that archangel holds that torch of light, it's kind of a beacon. It's a beacon of light for you to follow after you review and evaluate these pieces of information that, on a spiritual level, your guides and angels are directing you to do. This is where you will then be moving into a new opportunity, or into a new direction entirely, or into adding something new to what you're already what's already existing as far as what you're doing in the career or on your destiny path. So there's a lot of, with the 2 major arcanas, there's a lot of spiritual movement in this week. It's not tremendously action-oriented. Both of these major arcanas are talking about movement on a spiritual and energetic level. Again, I feel like we're getting ready to move forward. It may not be quite the time yet, but we're coming up with a plan. We're coming up with a new idea, brainstorming, if you will, what we want to do next that's going to aid us when the time is right, which I feel is coming very shortly here. But this week, just kind of formulate that plan and get ready to move into a new direction. Now let's see what your special message card is depending on your stone of choice. Again, we have Archangel Michael, and I have not selected these cards. So for those of you, just going to give these a shuffle and call in all of the angels and archangels, and especially Archangel Michael. And for those of you that chose the citrine, okay, citrine people, give it a little bit of a shuffle here. I'm just going to spread them where I can't see them. And actually this one's popping up for the citrine people. Self-respect. Okay, so Archangel Michael's message to you this week is self-respect. Have respect for yourself, okay? Set proper boundaries for yourself in work and career. Set proper boundaries for yourself with other people and with relationships in your life. There might be people or circumstances that are pulling on you or draining you in some way, because let's face it, everybody's going through a lot of stuff. And it's not that we want to turn our backs on people. We want to help people. That's what we're here to do, is to help and assist and guide each other, support each other. But we also have to respect ourselves, too, so that if somebody is taking advantage of our time or crossing our boundaries, or if somebody's treating us with disrespect and therefore disempowering us, this particular message is saying that it's time to respect yourself, and it's time to do what's necessary for yourself to take care of yourself on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. So let's see what the special message is this week for those that chose the Rose Quartz Heart. I'm just going to shuffle here a couple times. Okay, Rose Quartz Heart people. Just kind of spreading these out and looking for a card that's going to be, okay, this one just popped out. So your message is, Archangel Michael says that you and your loved ones are safe, okay? And, you know, this is actually a very colorful and beautiful card. We have Archangel Michael. He's got his sword kind of raised. I feel like he's, you know, he's protecting you from all harm. all negative energies, all negative people. And he's also kind of clearing away obstacles to your path. And I feel, again, that this is a very bright card with the indication here of all these wonderful colors that we have here at the bottom. I'm just looking, and there's a lot of green, but there's also a lot of orange. So I'm feeling like a clearing of energies to where you might feel bogged down and not creative right now, or stuck in some creative project or something creative that you're doing. Might be creative writing, or again, just coming up with a new idea. That sacral chakra energy, I feel like he's clearing away those obstacles and clearing away any cords that's kind of bogging you down to be able to get back into that creative self-expression energy. Also, that green energy that stood out to me in this card is clearing away any emotional blocks as well. So I feel like if you're dealing with family members or associations with people, whether they be friendships or work-related, and even romantic relationships, if there's been some things going on, some challenges going on in those areas, Archangel Michael is helping you to heal that and pull the cords if necessary, and again, protecting you from any lower vibrations here. Okay, and for those of you that chose the Herkimer Diamond, okay, so that one popped up right away. Herkimer Diamond people, be gentle with yourself. All these kind of has an energy, all these Archangel Michael cards for you this week has an energy of just being kind to yourself, you know, respecting yourself, nurturing yourself, loving yourself, creating proper boundaries. So this again too, be gentle with yourself. It might be with all the Virgo energy that's been going on, you know, up until recently we had Venus in Virgo, Mars in Virgo. Of course, now they're just moving into Libra, which is good, but Jupiter's also in Virgo. So all this energy of Virgo sometimes can be very hard and perfectionistic, hard on yourself, perfectionistic with yourself, or even with things that you're doing. Oh, it's not good enough, I have to do it over. It's self-critical and sometimes self-judgmental. So your angels and guides really want you to ease up on yourself. Be nice to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Be nurturing with yourself. We're sometimes really good at giving that love and nurturing and attendance, you know, caretaking with other people, but it has to start here, and it has to start with us. So start with yourself and be gentle with yourselves this week and as you move forward on your highest and most important destiny path, everyone. I send you all much love and light and many, many angel blessings. Until we meet again, love and light. Bye-bye.